Hello, world. Warmest welcome to the 55th episode of World Humanitarian Drive's Inspiring Millions Show. This is the show where we celebrate brilliant minds from around the world who share with us their story, one story at a time. Ready to support local businesses and empower women entrepreneurs? Our special guest is Dr. Logeswari Nallathambi, founder and CEO of ourlocalonline.com and our local online UK Women Entrepreneurs Organization. We'll get to know her inspiring story in a short while. Thank you for joining us live or on replay. I'm Viva Andrada O'Flynn, your host and Global Media Relations of World Humanitarian Drive. World Humanitarian Drive, also known as WHD, is an international NGO founded in Croydon, UK, by British Indian global peace activist, entrepreneur, writer, Dr. Abdul Basit Saeed. The primary vision of WHD is to promote peace, education, and trade harmony initiatives globally among everyone across the world, regardless of race, gender, religion, or nationality, living as one family. WHD is striving for humanity. This Inspiring Millions Show is your show. As always, we encourage you to engage and interact with us. Please help us spread inspiration to the world by sharing this link. Put your questions that you would like to ask our guest, Dr. Loge Nallathambi, greetings or comments that you have for us in the comments box. We would love to read them later on in the show. Wherever you are in the world, let us keep you company and brighten your day as we share peace, love, and goodwill. It's the month of March, and we're marching into Women's History Month. We're very honored to have with us today a former consultant, haematologist, and now founder and CEO of ourlocalonline.com and our local online UK Women Entrepreneurs Organization. She keeps the hearts of local communities constantly beating and empowers UK women entrepreneurs. So let's all welcome Dr. Logeswari Nallathambi. Welcome and thank you very much for joining us today, Dr. Loge. So how are you today?
Very well. Thank you very much, Viva, for the lovely introduction. And thank you very much for having me in the Inspiring Million Minds show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Loge. So let's get started. So Dr. Loge, you're the CEO and founder of Our Local Online. So could you please tell us more about what is Our Local Online?
Certainly. See, over the last 3 decades, if you see that, many of the local businesses have been, getting pushed out of the market. This is because of the huge competition that they face from big retailers and big global giants like Amazon. Okay. Now, if you see these big companies, they have huge resources, tools, and manpower to support their success. But how do we, if you are a young person in this world currently, what you would do is like to be a part of this and take a small role there rather than establishing your own business. Is that something you would agree with, Viva? That's the easiest thing to do in the current world. Now, how do we change this? Okay, is what we are after. See, we live in the 4th industrial revolution. I don't know how many of you know what is a 4th industrial revolution. It's an era where we are going to have lots of artificial intelligence and automations, and very innovative technologies are going to come up in the near future. When big companies have access to this, their success even grows more. And it will be very competitive to match their pricing. And how are we going to face this? Are we, as a local business, are we all ready to face these changes? So that is where, we structured our local online to come and have a role in place. Now, what we are after is, how do we bring this technology and services to our local businesses to create these individual businesses to succeed? At our local online, our vision is to create millions of successful small business owners. While we deeply believe the technology giants have a key role to play in our economy. still we should have a equal balance of local and the global businesses. And that is our local online.
Thank you, Dr. Logie. And then so we also have a video to share about why shop local. So it's our video, so let's watch this. Thank you, Dr. Logie, for that video. That was very enlightening about buying locally. So now let's go to small businesses. So Dr. Logie, what are the challenges that small businesses face right now?
Oh, thank you for asking that question. See, Viva, small businesses as such, we should understand what it's a very broad range of businesses when we talk about small businesses. Okay, there are around 6 million small businesses and SMEs in England, and it's a variety of businesses as well. So it can be from the construction industry, agriculture, arts and crafts, health and wellness. It's quite a range of businesses if you are going to talk about small businesses as such. Now, understanding the challenges as a whole for such a wide range of businesses itself is a huge task. Now, here, if you see, again, another spectrum is, on the one end, businesses are well established and they are with more employees and they are, flourishing. And there is another end where there is a startup and they're in between, those are growing businesses. So when the challenges are very hugely different, when you are looking into these various spectrums, while there could be challenges specific for their industry, what we want to focus is, as an entrepreneur, what are all the challenges that small businesses are facing and how we could help them. When they are on the other end of the spectrum where they are well established, the challenges are completely different. But what our local online is mainly focusing on is the startups, the new businesses, the growing businesses and failing businesses. And what are their challenges? See, if you take what is so nice about these business owners is their passion. They are so passionate and they are so well skilled. Okay, they are highly skilled and they absolutely love what they do. But having a passion alone is not enough when you are planning to set up a business. Okay, how will you give that, life to that passion in a way that customer wants your product, likes your product? So that is a huge learning to be undertaken. So business owners challenges starts from the very beginning of where they, conceive the idea of, I want to structure my passion to a business. Now, first setting up the products itself and marketing research, and then they investing very wisely. Planning the finances is a huge thing in England. Many businesses fail because of poor finance planning. That is a huge challenge. And then after putting everything together, see, we live in a world, the marketing is very different to the olden ways of marketing. So if any of the business owners are watching, they will know. Okay, the huge spectrum of marketing opportunities currently available is hard to grasp by the small business owners. Especially with COVID, if you see, many of the customers have switched online. So business owners also trying to switch online, but that is huge. There is Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, Amazon, eBay. How much to grasp and learn? Okay, so that is a huge challenge for them. And even after learning where to invest the money and how much will you get out of each of these platforms? It's a big question for each of them, although there are so many choices on top to the olden days choices of leafleting, media, journal, or newspapers. Okay, there's so much in front of them. So marketing is a huge challenge. Not only that, the cost of marketing. When you are a startup and when you are in the new business stage, you cannot spend thousands of money on marketing and getting that visibility to be present and known to your local people. How do you make that happen is a huge challenge for them. Not only up to this level, their challenges is even beyond this level, because when it comes to selling, that is a huge skill to acquire. Okay, it needs negotiation, communication, and in fact leadership skills if you're going to successfully sell your product. And many struggle when it comes to selling, even I, at this point. So what the make or break of this business idea depends upon a business owner crossing all these steps one by one. And it might sometimes be immediately, happening successful. Sometimes it takes a long time before you pass this learning curve to reach what we at our local online call as a viability of a business. So what do we mean by viability is when a business has reached a stage where it can sustain, generate income, and pave way for further growth. That is what we call as viability of business. To reach that stage, they have to cross this much. And how do we support them? That is what we are doing day in and day out in our local online now. Okay, we continuously learn challenges of the small business owners, and we are trying to structure services to overcome each of these challenges. Not only that, having said all these things, see, the current customer behavior is after having all these big giants, we are after convenience. Won't you agree? Okay, everything, if you can deliver tomorrow, if everything is based on convenience. Yeah. So, but we strongly believe the convenience can be achieved better when you are a local business owner who can deliver on the same day. Okay, so we want local people to appreciate the value, and the video that you played has beautifully elaborated what's the value of shopping local. And our aim is also to bring more and more awareness of the local business owners, not only as a financial entity, they are much more than a financial entity, because they are part of each of the community as well. Many of them part of local festivity, they bring the festive cheer, and they are a part of local charities, organizations. Their contribution is enormous. Okay, how do we help our local community and people appreciate them beyond their financial value? That is another thing that we have focused so far and working hard on it.
Thank you, Dr. Logie, for explaining that really well, the challenges that small businesses face. So, Dr. Logie, you're the CEO and founder of our local online UK Women Entrepreneurs. So,
Mhm.
why is there so much focus right now on women entrepreneurs in your organization?
Yeah. So see, our vision is to strengthen the small business enterprises and to create more successful entrepreneurs in the small scale entrepreneurship. When it comes to women, okay, there's not much women in the small business sector. I don't know how many of you are aware of the statistics released in 2019 by the UK government. Only 15% of the SMEs with employees is owned by women. And only 23% of the solopreneurs, which is like one man led businesses, is owned by women. We were really curious when we were wondering why, what stopped, women from undertaking more business. Now, if you see, our vision cannot be achieved if more women don't step in to the small business sector. In fact, interestingly, we found in Facebook, many women, try to sell products and services and without structuring it as a proper business. So their dreams and aspirations are not different to men. Many women want to, have a business, shape their passion into a business. But what is that is stopping them is we wanted to analyze. And when we learned, on top of all those challenges that we discussed for a small business owner, there are some special, challenges to women when it comes to business, mainly work-life balance. Okay, so in the last, women started to enter into workforce mostly during the last century. Before that, I don't think there were many women in being in health sector. Now, currently, there are many doctors, nurses, teaching everywhere. Women take a lead role, but it's only over the last century. At least, when you take those roles, they get those monthly financial stability that is after, and even there, work-life balance is a major issue. But when it comes to business, as you know, it's not going to be easy. It's a very uncertainty, and the financial thing will happen over a course of time, not immediately. And again, we call, the viability to reach that period needs a lot of resilience. And that is again, well, that is why we thought, okay, we'll create the Women Entrepreneurs Organization. And how can we support women from the beginning to the viability of their business? Now, as you know, in the organization, after starting it, we have now more than like thousands of women entrepreneurs in the Facebook collaboration. It's absolutely fantastic. Their passion and vision is entirely different to men's business. Okay, the crafts, the arts, the creativity, more focus on health and wellness is absolutely fantastic. It would be a great loss if we did not, achieve them to be successful. And I have to say there are few beautiful vision, in the organization that I absolutely admire. We have an entrepreneur who supports abandoned pets. Okay, and we have an entrepreneur who works to prevent domestic violence. Yeah, and we have so many ranges of bakers. Now tomorrow I'm having a party where one of our entrepreneurs is supplying the party cakes, and it's so personalized. That is their strength. Okay, we have to, that is we what have to help them to succeed. So otherwise, this kind of creativity, this kind of, you will, we are going to really miss out on. And at the organization, we also found that how can we give this to them without involving much money? Because finance, when it comes to finance, women are very hesitant to invest their money and then learn and do. So we have come up with an idea of, basing, instead of money, time and collaboration. So the organization, we have given them the platform to collaborate, and that platform gives a wealth of knowledge, business skills, learning opportunities, and networking, and marketing, and even sales events and opportunities. And it's going absolutely fantastic. And very soon, and we hope to create many, many successful women in business.
Thank you, Dr. Logie. So according to Dr. Logie, women have to step up in small business sector. So we have a video about our local online UK women entrepreneurs. So let's watch this.
Let me begin by wishing you all a very happy and prosperous 2022. Now, 2021 has proved to be a year of good sales for many of our members. That's an amazing thing. Small businesses have fought hard to stay relevant in the pandemic era with perseverance, resilience, and hard work. The journey over the last 2 years was not easy. It has been with unprecedented hurdles, financial, mental well-being challenges, and a test of our values, passion, determination, and leadership. But there are also major unexpected positives. The pandemic that has taken us to the depth of hardship has also helped us to emerge out far stronger, determined, adaptive, multi-skilled, and more knowledgeable. This sets us with a strong foundation to make 2022 to be a year of stability and expansive growth. Above all, our members have toughened up with a fighter mindset. See, a rivulet flowing towards the sea can jump across any number of rocks or trees. It will find its way to the sea. If not right, it turns left. If not here, it will flow there. But it always moves forward and never backward. That's the mindset of our members. I congratulate each one of you for where you stand today. Now, we can be the best fighter, but without the best infrastructure and guidance framework, our success can be limited. I often draw parallels to the field of medicine. As a doctor, that's my home. The infrastructure, training, and support network behind every doctor is so good that very rarely a doctor fails. From being a first-year undergraduate student to becoming a practicing specialty consultant, most doctors do have a career spanning many decades with pretty much zero failure. Imagine if we created such an infrastructure and framework for small businesses that can guarantee success for every one of them. That is what we want to achieve from our organization for women in business. With the fighter mindset, the best infrastructure to back you, and if we stay together, we certainly have the winning power.
Thank you for that video, Dr. Logie. So it's a very inspiring organization with women supporting women entrepreneurs. So Dr. Logie, March is also Women's Month. So the theme of 2022's International Women's Day is Break the Bias. So what does that phrase mean to you when it comes to your life and career?
See, Viva, I want to start with a small thing that I was watching Facebook videos, and I came across a video. Okay, a 9-year-old girl, very beautiful long hair. Is a video posted by her mom. The girl was asked to, go around once with her hair, showing her hair, and that's posted as in the Facebook. Now, so many comments for that video. Yes, beautiful hair, beautiful hair. What do you do for the hair? But you know what? I was concerned on looking at that video. Now, this is what would that 9-year-old child, okay, take from that video? Is she asked to value her hair as the most valuable thing that she possesses? Is that what are we going to teach our young children? Now, I worked in, hematology, as you know. See, I was a consultant in hematology, and hematology covers a wide range of blood cancers. And when it comes to treatment, okay, women lose hair. So what at that point, should they value less of them? Or, as you grow old, you will lose hair. At that point, what would you value about yourself? So to me, break the bias, start within self, from within. We must teach our children and young girls what is important to value. Okay, I don't know if you know a disease called anorexia. Have you heard of it, Viva? Anorexia, okay. Anorexia is where, young girls, mainly young girls, it affects young girls, they starve themselves to keep themselves thin. Only 5 to 15% eating disorders for boys, okay? It's mainly girls. And it's gone, very high over the pandemic. And I was questioning about these young girls, okay? Have we failed them as a society? We have. Who taught them that their appearance is so worthy for them? Where did we fail, in family level or school level, or is it the media? So, break the bias is not just about fighting the gender inequality, going out in the corporations or schools or where we all interact with each other. But to be honest, it has to start from within, teaching the children what is important, what is their value, and what they should consider as their strength from a very, very young age. For our girls especially, is what would bring the first step of change. And after that only comes the rest that we all talk about, what we have to go and fight out. But let's begin that. And for that, our children has to be equipped with the right knowledge, education, and confidence. And that's what matters.
It's very inspiring, Dr. Logie. It's really time that we break the bias. So what are your plans for our local online and our local online UK Women Entrepreneurs Organization?
See, our plan, as we said, Viva, we envision is how we can make successful entrepreneurs in future. Now, even we are not just focused on $1 million idea. We want every idea to be successful. And you might ask, is that possible? How can you make every idea to be successful? To be honest, it's possible, because failure is only when they give up on that idea. It can be every structure, once you launch a product or launch a service, it's very common you go back. If it's not selling well, reflect, review, and change, learn and change and relaunch. If this process continues, we will, eventually fill that gap between that starting point to viability. That determines whether a business is going to be successful or a failure. And when we successfully help so many business owners to cross that path, we envision a world where there is going to be so many local business owners who will be successful. Not only that, we want to invest in technology that aids the growth of big corporates and the online giants. We want that to aid small businesses individually growth. Okay, individual growth. That is when, every small business success is like you are creating a successful human being who is a leader in himself. And that is what we want for our community, for our entire human race, and for our future generation. That is where we are heading to.
That's really wonderful to hear. And it's also nice to know that you also have workshops that you give trainings as well for our local online UK entrepreneurs as well.
Main focus is learning. Okay, so especially when you are a startup, every pound you spend, you need to be very careful about investing that pound and what you get out of it. Okay, so mainly when it comes to marketing and digital skills, because future is all about technology, and especially with the COVID, the transformation to online has become very rapid. While the generation, the younger millennials are very good. They are tech savvy people. But the current generation in, 30s and 40s and 50s, technology is a new thing for them. For them to move that rapidly, to get that online presence for their business is a huge challenge. So we believe in helping them to acquire the skill by providing enormous learning opportunities. And by many means, not just by digital skills workshop, it's one of our means, and but various means of making knowledge available for the small business owners. And knowledge is power. I repeatedly say, never stop learning, because learning is what gives you the confidence to grow in your business, or even to invest the money rightly. You don't have to learn and do it by yourself. If you are going to use a third party to support your business, only when you know what to expect out of them, you will invest and find the right person to invest your money. So learning should be continuous for small business owners.
And our local online UK women entrepreneurs has a talk show, a magazine as well. And
they do. Yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us more about it? And also monthly meetups and a WhatsApp group.
Oh, yes. See, so magazine, if you talk about the magazine, is a learning resource that we have established. Okay, we select topics that are relevant to small business owners. We are not going to have an MBA institution teaching everybody every strategy. That will not work. Okay, what we want to is to choose the best that strategy that is practically very useful for business. So every meeting that we have, I always say, take one thing that take home to change business practice. See, this is something taught to me when I was as a consultant, as a medical professional. Every meeting I go, okay, why do we attend a conference in the medical world is what is the latest change in medicine, okay, especially in hematology, which is a research-based field, and many new trial drugs are coming up. Things keep changing. Why do we go to conferences? Can we learn that newer thing so that we could take and apply and to make, get the best results for our patient? That is the learning we want to take home. So every learning, meetings, conferences, guest talks, and magazines that we are releasing, this is what we want. Take that key message, apply to your business so that you take that one step forward in your business. That is about the magazine. You asked about the talk show. Absolutely love. And I have to say the talk show host is one of our member, Eva Logo. She's the talk show host. Okay. Why do we do talk shows is, why I told you, we want our community and local people to see that local businesses are not just about selling. They are much more than that. They love the local community and they're so passionate, and their passion will inspire you. The moment you know them, you will not go to anybody else. That is how they are. That is the difference, that personal touch they give to their product. You will not get anywhere in the global businesses. Yes. And even as I told about, the convenience can be achieved when we structure a good delivery model for our local businesses. So the talk show is all about, we invite our high street business owners to be a part, and also women entrepreneurs to be a part of it. And we talk about how they begin, how they serve their local community, and what are their products, and how they are making a difference with their attractive offers and everything, we put forward to the local community. And it's something this year for 2022, we have started with Croydon businesses. See, I know World Humanitarian Drive is also based in Croydon. See, our local online is also based in Croydon. Okay, and so we began with our local businesses, the businesses that we loved for so long. We have used day in and day out for our children, for our family. And I thought, okay, we should talk about them. And many Croydon businesses are coming up in the talk show. And our first talk show was with Picture Partnership, based in Shirley, Croydon. And Andrew Dunsmore is an inspiring small business owner. Okay, he's a very generous and an excellent photographer as well. And this is what we want everybody to know, appreciate our business owners beyond their just business. And that's our talk show. So more is coming. Next month is Ladybug Pest Control is coming up. And we have lined up to have Amba's Kitchen, one of the local restaurant in Purley. And we have our women entrepreneurs as well. And we kept a competition called Canva competition. I don't know Canva. If any of you don't know what it is, it's a graphic design tool that helps business owners to create some professionally representing posters to use in social media. So we kept a competition in the Women Entrepreneurs Organization, who is going to be the best poster creator. And many of our entrepreneurs were so enthusiastic. That is what keeps us inspired to do what? It is their enthusiasm, their energy, their keenness, their hard work is unbelievable. And that is what gives us to commit our time in structuring the Women Entrepreneurs Organization. And giving them the support is always, inspiring for us when we see. And the Canva posters, as I said, so many of them have created some beautiful posters, and they are coming up in the talk show as well very soon. So we have so many interesting things coming up and lined up for 2022.
All those sound so exciting, Dr. Loge. So we also have our virtual audience coming from different parts of the world. I could see some from Malaysia, Philippines. So let's just say hi to them. I could see Clarice de la Costa, Tongi Gra, Win Wonderful, Dr. Billy Tang from Malaysia, AM Durikito, Tess Durikito, Marlon Hechanova. And if they have any questions for you, they haven't typed yet, they're just saying hi. So
say hello to all of you. Lovely, and lovely to have you all here. Any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer. Yes.
Thank you. And they're all getting inspired by you, Dr. Loge. So Dr. Loge, from our local online that's based in Croydon. Now let's proceed with World Humanitarian Drive that's also based in Croydon. So WHD has an honoring the honorable initiative to identify and recognize individuals and organizations for their contributions to the world by honoring and awarding them. So how important is honoring the honorable initiative in these times, Dr. Loge?
See, I always say, to be successful, you have to learn to fail well. Learning to fail well is what will pave the way for a great success. When I say learning to fail well, the entire thing can be, explained by one word: resilience. Your ability to get up from the failure and run ahead. Okay, run again towards success is what will bring you the right success. Now, to be resilient, what we need is inspiration. Inspiration from many. Okay, from the stories, okay, from the head teachers of your school. There are many unsung heroes in this world, okay, from the head teachers, from the small business owners, from doctors, selfless teachers, so many people, and great leaders. Everyone, okay, we have to repeatedly listening to the inspirations and the knowledge that they have gained by their hard work honesty, and how they have pursued their own vision and goals is very, very important. And the World Humanitarian Drive, what you are doing is absolutely fantastic. Identifying, those stories that could be shared as an inspiration with the world is primarily important to create more such successful stories. So it's absolutely needed. And congratulations, and you've been doing a wonderful job, Viva, and to your Dr. Abdul Saeed, who's the founder of the organization, and I think he's doing a great, amazing job. Excellent.
Thank you, Dr. Loge. So we always ask this question. There's a message from Tongi Gra. He's saying, hi, very interesting. You mentioned marketing and advertising is very important. SEO is also one of the key to reach customers by being easily found on search engines. So would you recommend some online platform that offers complimentary support guidance for SEO for new businesses?
See, SEO is a big thing. Okay, it's an important thing. Okay, for businesses to apply to be visible. So basically, what it means is in search engines, how good your business can be visible. Okay, and this is done by quite a lot of web developers are doing it. But what I find is in the early stage of, it depends upon which stage of business you are. What we generally advise is, if you are already, establishing and you are growing, you are generating revenue, then SEO needs to be built. Your website has to be becoming more and more visible to your customers. And there will be quite a few charges web developers charge to create this SEO. They work on it every month, and it will be ongoing for a long time before your websites get picked up. But having said this, if you are in a very early stage of the business, probably you need to be careful about where you are investing your money. Okay, and because there are varieties of ways in which you can reach out to your customers organically and by learning yourself to do this. So we can recommend resources to read and learn. And finding the right businesses who can guide you with the SEO is another thing that we have. We are actually working on collecting the digital providers, tech providers like websites, social media, who are credible, reasonable in pricing as a group, which will be, soon available. But meanwhile, the important thing to learn is at what stage of business you are and how much you want to invest in getting the SEO started. Because I know a piano teacher, okay, who started who put out a website, and he invested a lot in structuring the website, especially during COVID when he lost many of his students. Now, I always asked him, what did he achieve by putting out that website? Okay. Most of his business comes from recommendation, one after other, and connecting with the local businesses and reaching out locally. Than his website being picked up by thousands of people. That is not that fetched him the business. So in fact, we need to think what business, where customers, and then how much to invest on this. Then only we'll go and find who to invest on this. Hope this is reasonable for, I didn't get the name, sorry.
Yeah, thank you for the question, Tongi Grant. Thank you so much, Dr. Loge, for answering it well. So would you want to tell people how they can reach out to you, just how to get in touch with you, and also about our local online, how to be part
certainly.
of it?
So, certainly, I think we have our, to reach us, we have a website, ourlocalonline.com. And we are quite prominent in many of the social media. We use day in and day out Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, as you can find us as Our Local Online. And we have our phone number, which we will share. And we also have email, admin@ourlocalonline.com, if any of you want to reach us.
Thank you, Dr. Loge. And then, so here's a question that we always ask our guests. So this question is, what is your inspirational message to the world?
Inspirational message to the world. You know what? I always wondered, none of us know, why we all are here. In this abundance of universe, we are not even a tiny speck. We don't know why we are here, what we do, and what happens when we leave. None of us know. But what we know is that we are here at this moment. That is the only thing that we could feel. That is the only thing that we could live. While we are here, how can we all be happy and healthy and create the same thing for others? That should be the huge aim of every day our life. And when we take that last breath, we have to feel confident that we are leaving behind a happy, positive world for our children and younger generation. Ability to raise above every disparity that splits us. It's so easy to fight over religion, to fight over nationalities, to fight over whatever race we are, whatever language we speak. It's so easy. It just needs a spark to but to raise above all these things and stay as one human race who will really care about each other and live a wonderful world is what we all should head to. That is the message that I would like to give to all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Loge. We suddenly have more comments and questions from our virtual audience. Is that okay if we could still read them?
Certainly, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So Happy Andrade is saying, amazing show, and yes, and Dr. Dorisami Govinsami, he's saying, hi, Dr. Loge. I'm impressed by your inspiring presentation. You are very professional, confident, and eloquent in your delivery system. He has a question for you. He would like to ask you, building a good business is all about business knowledge and building good relationship. Could you please share ideas on building good relationship in the business world?
True. We had a guest talk last December by Jackie Groundsell. She's the owner of a networking company. She's also local here she lives in Beckenham. And she talks about the power of networking and creating the relations that will bring us the next opportunity. See, for business, the more connections that you have is very, very important, because all the time, we cannot be relying on advertising and marketing, but having that one right connection will bring a huge difference. And that is why going to local networking also will bring a huge difference, and having a positive relationship with the customers, not only the opportunities for your business, having the positive connection with your customers. How do you make them feel valued? And they are the ambassadors. Trust me, they are the best ambassadors for you. If they like you, they will bring another 10 to you. So ability to, socially influence and network is a key skill to be an entrepreneur.
Thank you, Dr. Loge. So we have to make customers and people around us feel valued. And thank you for that question, Professor Dato Dr. GP Dorisami, WHD Malaysia's Secretary General. And then so Wonderful is saying, shout out to Joan Hernandez, happy birthday. So we would like to thank you for sharing with us your words of wisdom, for honoring us with your presence, Dr. Logeswari Nallathambi. And so in honor of international recognition for your virtue in persistently serving and inspiring humanity with your noble deeds, World Humanitarian Drive would like to award you with an Inspiring Humanitarian Award. Could you see it?
Thank you very much. Fantastic. Thank you, Viva. I think I must, I absolutely love the show, and the way it is run very, very professionally by yourself, Viva. And the vision of the show. Okay. That is a very, very powerful one. And as I always say, it's a, thank you very much. And thank you to Dr. Abdul Said. And thank you for all those who, came and joined us in the show today. It's a great pleasure to be here today and to be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Loge. And then, so there's also a quotation from our inspiring guest. Could you read it, Dr. Loge?
Yeah, we want every woman at home who believes they have a skill set, and all women building a business to know that if they step on this platform, they will find their way to grow. It is this confidence that matters. Together we win. Absolutely, absolutely. See, together we win is the motto, because it is strong. The organization is built on the power of collaboration and staying together for women entrepreneurs. And every day, when I know many men don't have the opportunity to join the meetings and be a part of this, but the energy is very, very powerful. And hopefully very soon we will have millions of women entrepreneurs, and together, yes, we win.
Yes, definitely. And when we make women win, we also make men win.
Absolutely, absolutely. And our younger generations win, and we pay for a very positive, strong future. Absolutely. Women's success is equal to the world's future.
Thank you so much, Dr. Logeswari Nallathambi, founder and CEO, ourlocalonline.com, and Our Local Online UK Women Entrepreneurs Organization from the United Kingdom. So we hope you enjoyed today's discussion with Dr. Logeswari Nallathambi, that it motivated you to have an entrepreneurial mindset, support local businesses and women entrepreneurs. So we are living in dark times. We have to be the light. Let's channel the admirable traits we see from others and apply them to ourselves. Let us find the best within ourselves and share it with the world. The world needs us to awaken to our greatness, to not cower in challenges, but to courageously face them and persevere in living our best lives. And so we have to think for ourselves and to use our senses, and let us be courageous in speaking our truth. Remember that fear divides, love unites us all. These are times we should strengthen our bodies, minds, emotions, and our faith. Please remember to have compassion, be kind to yourself, others, and our planet. To our frontliners, we salute you. We thank you for your hard work, sacrifices, and dedication to humanity. Love and virtual hug to you all. Here on Inspiring Millions Show, we present you with brilliant people from around the world, so feel free to connect with them on social media, and together, let's make a difference in the world. We definitely all need inspiration, especially in these times. Listening to people's stories enrich our lives. So if today's discussion inspired you, please like it, share it, send us a comment. Do share with us your takeaways from today. Follow us on our social media accounts. Click subscribe on our YouTube channel, WHD Media. Visit our WHD website, whd.org.uk, for more inspiring events. We would like to greet all those celebrating their birthdays, including Joanne Hernandez, and those celebrating their special milestones this week. Happy celebrations. Happy Women's Month. Have a wonderful weekend. On behalf of WHD team, especially those working behind the scenes, WHD Chairman, Dr. Abdul Basit Saeed, WHD Director of Global Operations, Ms. Sarah Wilson, WHD's 12 Honorable Secretary Generals, we thank you, our virtual audience from around the world, for joining us and supporting our show. This has been World Humanitarian Drive's Inspiring Millions Show. I'm Viva Andrada O'Flynn. Please join us again next week. We will have an interesting discussion with Abdul Halim bin Kader of Singapore as we inspire the world here on Inspiring Millions Show.